Have you ever noticed that the most dangerous people in any business aren't the loudest ones in the room? They're the ones that understand two things, and it's a lethal combination. They understand basic human psychology and basic math. And I'm talking fourth grade math. I'm talking you can tip your waiter at your favorite restaurant math. So this is what the success prison looks like. It's an equation. And unfortunately, this equation doesn't work out too well for most people. It's a trap because if you're excellent in the psychology of sales, but you ignore the math, which is leverage, you're really stuck, unfortunately, on a complete hamster wheel. And there's a huge ceiling here because you're basically just trading income, higher income for sure, but for more stress and less time. So this is literally the employee model. And you don't have to be an employee to feel this pressure. You can be a business owner and feel this pressure because you feel like an employee, which defeats the whole purpose of being a business owner. And the reality of this is you cannot outwork a bad business model. It's almost the same thing as you cannot outwork out a bad diet when you're trying to lose weight. No matter what you do in the gym, if you're eating bad food that is unhealthy, that is fatty, that is sugary, you're not going to lose weight no matter how many hours you're on the treadmill. And the same thing applies to business if you're in a bad model. So there is obviously a huge lie because it's about bad math and it's about working harder. Yeah, sure. If you want to work harder to make more income, you can, but it's not logical from the lens of we're looking for leverage. You put a little in, you get a lot out. And the whole reason why we look for leverage in businesses is because we die. And the whole point is to make as much money as possible in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort because our lifespan is capped. So we want to be able to enjoy our life while making money and having free time to explore life. That's the whole point. And so when you look at the problem is most businesses require you to create demand, A, and also fulfill on the demand, which is the product. That's hell. And it's going to consume all your time and your energy. And so if you have to do the demo, which is part of the math, right? Or you have to show the house if you're a realtor just to get paid, then your income is directly tied to your time. And the only way to fix this is find a business model where the product exists without you. That is the holy grail. So the psychology of evergreen demand, let's think about this from the lens of equipment financing, which is my expertise. So if you look at the psychology of demand, there's needs versus wants, right? The problem with any consumer-based business model is all consumers, and I talked about this in a previous video, is all consumers buy based on wants. They're not needs. The great thing about B2B businesses is they are buying based on needs, utility to bring a product or service to the marketplace so they can get paid because nobody buys a dump truck for fun. They buy it to make money. That's why B2B is such a great space. And the psychology here is this business needs this out of a sense of urgency. They have contracts they have to fulfill. They need the equipment now. This is extremely urgent and time sensitive. And so it makes the psychology of evergreen demand make a lot of sense here. And it lowers the resistance because you aren't selling ice to Eskimos. Remember, that is a want, not a need. And the funny thing about Eskimos, they're like, yeah, I don't want any ice. I got plenty here. But when you sell a need, you're giving water to someone in the desert. They are literally dying of thirst. They have to have it. It is a need. Needs-based business models are the best, hands down. And so this is about the trust transfer. And this is how you get referrals. And this is the only way to build a business, in my humble opinion. And if you look at the picture here, you can see The person on the left is the equipment dealer. This is the person selling the equipment that has all the customers you'll ever need, and they have the trust of the dealer. And the customer obviously is on the right-hand side. And so you can see there's a handoff, and you're the bridge. The dealer hands the customer to you because they need the deal funded to get paid. Very simple. But you are the bridge for these two interactions to happen. And the deals are pre-sold. So you're not hunting down clients. You're not chasing customers. They are literally dropping in your lap on a silver platter, ready to sign. The other great thing about this is, how do you lower friction even more? And there's a tax cheat code here in the equipment financing space, because if you have to rationalize this for the business owner, you're thinking, okay, business owners hate paying taxes. They hate it way more than paying interest. And the beautiful thing about it is, when you take advantage of this Section 179, it lowers the cost, because the logic is you finance this truck and you write off 100% of it this year. So you're going to save a lot more money in taxes than you will ever pay in interest. So it makes the logic and the result of this a no-brainer, because essentially the government becomes our business partner as the equipment finance entrepreneur and as the business owner. Why would the business owner not utilize this? It makes no sense. And why would us as an equipment finance entrepreneur not utilize this as a selling point, as a marketing talking point for customers and equipment dealers to help them move more product? Because everyone wins in this scenario. You win, the equipment dealer wins, and the business owner wins. So it makes the deal very logical. So this is the perfect middleman math. When you think about, there's no fulfillment. We don't ship any dump trucks. We don't repair any dump trucks. We just move the paper, which is the money, right? The speed, these deals close very quickly. I'm talking 48 hours or less. This is a speed game. This is an easy button game, because people in general want things to be simple, easy, and fast. Think about Amazon, how well that business does. And the equation is, think about it. There's high urgency, there's high trust, and there's zero fulfillment. This maximizes autonomy. If you want to see the actual architecture on how we apply this math to these high ticket B2B equipment finance deals, check out the Capital Connector Hub that is linked in the description. I have an executive briefing there, and it breaks down all the physics of this capital deal flow.